In the heart of the bustling city, there stood a colossal construction site that promised to reshape the skyline. The ambitious project, known as the Apex Tower, was the brainchild of Elias Warren, a seasoned architect with a reputation for excellence. He had gathered a team of trusted engineers and workers, all eager to bring his vision to life. Among them was Victor Hale, a project manager who had worked with Elias for years. Victor had always been reliable, a man who got things done. But beneath his competent exterior, a growing resentment festered. Victor envied Elias's success, feeling overshadowed by the architect's genius. This envy turned into bitterness when Elias received yet another award for his groundbreaking designs, while Victor's contributions remained unacknowledged. As the construction of the Apex Tower progressed, Victor found himself in a position of power. He oversaw every aspect of the build, and his word was law on the site. With this power came temptation, an opportunity to undermine Elias and take credit for the project himself. Victor began to cut corners, ordering the use of cheaper materials and rushing the workers. He concealed these changes in the paperwork, knowing that Elias trusted him implicitly. The workers, unaware of the deception, followed orders, assuming everything was as it should be. Months passed, and the Apex Tower rose quickly, its steel frame gleaming in the sun. The city buzzed with anticipation, and Elias was praised for his leadership. But Victor's sins weighed heavily on him, gnawing at the edges of his conscience. He tried to convince himself that it was all for the greater good, that once the tower was complete, he would be hailed as the true mastermind behind its creation. Then came the day of the grand unveiling. The city's elite gathered to witness the opening of the Apex Tower, a symbol of progress and innovation. Elias stood at the podium, ready to deliver a speech that would inspire generations to come. But as he spoke, a low rumble echoed through the crowd. The ground beneath them trembled, and the tower's steel beams groaned ominously. In an instant, the structure that had promised so much began to collapse, each floor pancaking onto the one below. Screams filled the air as debris rained down, burying everything in its path. Elias could only watch in horror as his dream crumbled before his eyes. He had no idea that the foundation of his tower had been sabotaged, the result of Victor's betrayal. Victor, standing at the edge of the chaos, felt his world come crashing down with the tower. His envy and greed had led to destruction, not only of the building but of lives and reputations. He realized too late that his sins had doomed them all. As the dust settled, Victor knew there was no escape from the consequences of his actions. The authorities would investigate, and the truth would come out. But the real punishment was the knowledge that he had betrayed a man who had trusted him implicitly, and in doing so, had destroyed everything they had built together. The sins of the betrayer had turned the Apex Tower into a monument to failure, a stark reminder that envy and deceit could only lead to ruin.